Your Emperor card was on the floor.
Where?
Put it back on your deck.
Thank you. Oh no. My mic's been on. Hold on. Give me a moment. What up, what up, what up, though? It's your boy, Charlielyrictarot, back again with another episode of What's on Your Heart. How's it going? How you feeling? How you doing? I know that I am late. I was out for like 2.5 seconds. Didn't realize I didn't mean to stay out that long, but it didn't work out that way. So, but please forgive me. So, hope everyone is doing well. Hello to the people on YouTube. Hello to the people on Twitch. Hello to my people on Fireside. Will out an audience. Thank you for being here. And hello to all my people in the replay. So last week we talked about having what do you do to move through heavy energy, dark energy. We're talking about the shadow. We're talking about the subconscious. Because a lot of times in life, unexpected things happen. And when unexpected things happen, you best believe that the shadow is going to come up. And when the shadow comes out, it's not to destroy you, it's not to break you, it's to protect you. It's a function, it's a part, especially if you have any of those childhood wounds, mother wounds, father wounds, all those nice things. The shadow will come to your rescue. Now, will you like how it comes? Most likely not. Why? Because most of us don't know our shadows. Most of us don't know how to operate with our shadows and not operate in our shadows. That's the whole thing. That's the whole point. Building and cultivating all these points. And now that I'm thinking about it, I was talking about last week how, the shadow has all those defense mechanisms built inside. And Carl Jung talks about how we all come to Earth and say, well, we have the shadow and we have all these experiences that's already in our shadow. And we're going to go through certain events to solidify the traumas within the shadow to work through in this lifetime. And now that I think about it and think about astrology as well, pretty much, yeah. But anyway, so I was talking about how I use the soul excuse me, the sun. Say the same thing. It's the same thing. SOL. To meditate. How do we do that? How do we go about that? And I was talking about using alchemy symbols and using the higher celestial bodies to do that. The thing is, I like the movement that is here with everybody finding their own little spiritual way and all this jazz. That's cool. But there are also I feel like people try to step into these regiments and rituals and meditations and all these different things. We all try these different things, whether it's outside of religion or within religion. And we're trying to connect to our higher selves and we're trying to work with these higher energies, right? And it's like, that's cool. The first thing you should be connecting to is your higher self and your ancestors as well, because that's a part of your DNA. But at the same time, there are all these other energies within your cells. So we were talking about how the scorpionic moon, right, was in play the last time we spoke, which was Tuesday. I said a week ago. Huh, it was Tuesday. We talked Tuesday. So being that we've moved out of that and we moved into a new moon phase, which is in Capricorn. So Capricorn energy. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. Saturn is usually, you know, connected to like people like to place him with the devil, place him with the how do you say what's the word I'm looking for? The darker side of things. But Saturn, see, Saturn has a very unique energy to it. Saturn has an energy to where you have to have discipline. You have to learn. You have to look at the harder parts and learn how to be strict with yourself and not giving into those things so you can build into who you're supposed to build into. That's the awesome thing about Capricorns, right? And we're not talking about the sun sign, not per se, but the sun sign. They all have their own versions. The sun, the each house, 12 houses. That sun sign is the fifth house. That's the one that the personality that shines out that everybody wants to see and meet, right? So when we're talking about somebody who's a Capricorn, you'll notice certain traits about them. One, they're very they are cunning people. They are intelligent people. They are people who are focused. They are people who don't have many friends, very slow about relationships. Once you get to a place with a Capricorn where they call you friend, where they call you lover, where they call you family, they mean what they say. It takes a very long time to get there with a Capricorn, but they will get there. And once they get there, you're solidified. You're there. You really have to cross them in order for you not to be there again. Capricorns are usually really good about that. They're really sweet people. They can be really sweet. Well, for me, what I believe is a man who's a Capricorn can be very caring. He doesn't show it as much as you would like him to show it, but he's very caring. And a woman who is a Capricorn is very compassionate. She's a very tender person, but it doesn't always articulate as her being that. But they're very sensitive people. And with them being very sensitive people, they have a lot of layers to them. But we're going to focus on the main thing that we're talking about because we're not talking about Capricorn per se. We're talking about his ruler, Saturn. So we were already dealing with Scorpio, who's ruled by Pluto, but also once upon a time ruled by Mars. So different energy. Is ancient rulers. First ruler was Mars before Mars was ever discovered, and then it was aligned with Pluto. But with it now that we're in this moon energy is asking you to level up. This moon energy is asking you to get serious about what you want, create goals, get focused, put out anything. See, what Saturn did last is, well, no, excuse me, what Scorpio did from the moon phase to the next moon phase, what that energy did, and I like to call it a she, but what that energy did was that energy made you look at all the tough things that does not fit you or other people anymore, or the people in your life, what have you, whatever. Remember, Scorpio is all about the taboos. It's all about religions. It's all about transformations. It's all about all the stuff that makes us uncomfortable, all the stuff on the outside in the dark. So Scorpio made us look at what does not work for us. So all this, and again, moon, we're talking about the moon. So we're talking about energy that is emotional. So we're looking at all the stuff that make us feel the past, that make us feel all these different things, right? Now that and if you utilize that energy right? If you were on the higher side of that energy, then what ended up happening is all the things that you didn't need fell out of your life. And then if you worked with that energy. And then now we're in a whole brand new energy where Capricorn is saying, hey, what are we going to do? Because we need to do it. We need to get serious about it. Because we're about to transition from Sagittarius, Sag season into Capricorn. So, with that being said, again, another thing that I didn't comment on, and I'm still learning a little about, so I can't give all the way into it, is the three sons of alchemy. Um, there's a dark night of the soul, which is a part of the sun. There's the identity of the sun. Then there's the black sun. But all three of these sun stages is all about transmutation. It's all about deconstruction. It's all about reformation. It's all about building. And if I have anybody in my collective that watches me and they know otherwise, please don't hesitate to correct me because I want to make sure I'm giving the correct information. But I believe that I am saying that right. So understand when we're talking about dealing with these energies, right? We're always talking about, oh, like that's a vibe, or oh, this place gives me the creeps, or oh, I got chills from what she said. You feel all these different energies all the different times, and we're always trying to work with the energies outside of us externally, and we're always trying to bend other energies. If you think about it, how we are is we're always trying to persuade somebody, we're always trying to shift somebody's mindset, we're always trying to shift their perspective, we're always trying to get people to favor us. That is a way of bending energy. I was watching I was watching something earlier today. I don't know if anybody's into Alice Borderland. I'm super into Alice Borderland. But the man said there's something important that you got to understand about trusting people. When you want someone to trust you, you can't manipulate them, you can't lie to them, you can't bend them. And he said some other things, but then it just really made sense to me. I was like, wow, people do all those things subconsciously. So, how do we master that? How do we master these energies to master our shadow? Because again, we're talking about understanding the defense mechanisms. We're talking about understanding the things that make us hurt. We're talking about the bad habits that we have. We're talking about all the things that we don't notice about ourselves. That is the shadow operating. Even the nasty, dark thoughts that's deep down inside that we don't know. We don't want anyone to think about. So, excuse me. So when you think about this and you think about these energies, we're always trying to work with external energies. Never do we take the time out to work with our own internal energies, understanding those internal energies, understanding how it is that we work with energy. Somebody's always trying to manifest something, and they're trying to study the 12 keys of the universe and all this different stuff, the 12 keys of manifestation, the 48 laws of power, all these different things, all these different principles, all these different regiments and rituals to manifestation and practicing self-discipline and all these different things, right? And it's so interesting that that's what we're talking about tonight, because again, think about it. The ruler, Capricorn, moon energy right now, the ruler of Capricorn is Saturn. We're always talking about discipline. But we don't take the time out to first identify the energies within ourselves, to even tap into that manifestation process, whatever it may be, whether it's meditation, whether it's manifestation, whether it is focusing. The first thing you have to do is connect with self in order for you to build a relationship with these other energies that you're trying to use, and building and working with the ancestors as well. There's a whole nother facet in that. But we're gonna keep it plain and simple tonight. But we can't leave our ancestors out of the conversation, because that's the only reason why we're here. That's the only reason why we're able to do the things that we do. The only reason why we have that magic or that essence within our cells in order to activate those energies. So we gotta remember them. But at the end of the day, my whole point in saying this is mastering the energies. So I was talking about how I use these different crystals to meditate, and how I use the three suns, the sun on my right hand, the sun on my left hand, the sun on my forehead, to to meditate, basically cleansing my energies and heightening myself, raising my vibration, or what would be understood as ascension. So when I say those things, I have to kind of break it down, because I know I'm listening to people who are here for one thing and here for another. So yeah, we have the spirituality, yeah, we have the philosophy, yeah, we have the tarot and all this good stuff. But I'm going to break it down for everybody in a fundamental way that we can all understand. So when we're talking about these energies, we're talking about how the vibration of ourselves, everything has a vibration, everything. Just like a radio, you have to program those energies. And so how I program my energies is through meditation. And how do I program myself through meditation is, one, using the celestial body of the sun. I can use the entirety of my body, because when we're talking about alchemy, the thing we have to understand is that the very first tool is our vessel. So our whole entire body is a circle, and that circle is the empowerment, right? We have to focus those energies in, and I think of my extremities as a part of that array, giving energy to that. And so when you do these things, when you understand these concepts, you know that your circle has to be perfect. Your circle has to be in a place where it's fully connected. I'm not saying that you got to lose weight and all that jazz, but that is something important though. Weight, dieting, all that different stuff is important. I know you're looking at me like, Charlie, you don't practice that. No, I don't practice that. You're right. Look, I have to, lifestyle changes, baby steps, give them grace. But so the point of me saying it is, you have to program your body. And one way we can do this, before we even get to the meditation, teas. Teas is a really good way for doing this as well. What kind of teas, Charlie? What kind of teas? Lavender tea is pretty good. That settles you, calms you. I like chamomile tea. I like hibiscus tea. Um, I have to look into teas. We have to have an episode on teas. That would be really good. What kind of food should we be eating? Vegetables, fruits, natural sugars, not man-made sugars, not all these different syrups and things like this. But it's important to have a clean vessel. So a lot of cleansing has to come into play. That's just to get the utmost. But again, remember this form of meditation that I'm talking about is about cleansing and ascension anyway. So what kind of crystals? Selenite, first and foremost. Obsidian, because obsidian is made in the base of the earth, made within the bowels of the earth. It is lava glass, pitch black. And what is scared? What is scared of obsidian? Demonic energies, negative energies, lower energies are afraid of obsidian because it reminds them of sulfur. Um, Another thing is, I know I'm saying it wrong. It's either herkimer or herkimer. It's one of them. It's a crystal that's shaped like a heart. I just came across my clear quartz crystal, so I'm probably going to add that to my regimen as well. Obsidian on the base, herkimer in the hair. I have locks, so I weave them around my lock. I weave my locks around it on the crown of my head. 2 pieces of selenite in my hand. I try to put selenite between my feet too, because your feet absorb energy. I bet people don't even know things like that. Like, it's so many. That's the thing. There are so many different ways that our bodies absorb energy, and we never really pay attention to that. We never really think about that. But It does. You can walk into a place and absorb energy. You can touch something and absorb energy. You can listen to something and absorb energy. You can look at something and absorb energy. Like just you walking around, you're taking energy in your head, you're pushing energy out of your head. It's so much. Anyhow, that we got to stay on track because if I don't, I'll spin off. So, when we're talking about these different energies, we're talking about using these different energies. We want these different energies to work. We want the energy to work for us, right? That's what we want the most. We want the energy to work for us. So we're talking about heightening ourselves and having ascension. So when you do these meditations, it should be something that you focus on. Then we get to the breathing, right? We're doing the breathing. I learned I learned a breathing technique called the the breath of life. Is where you take in as much air through your nose for 7 seconds, and then you hold it for 4 seconds, and you release, and it doesn't matter how long it takes, you release that energy. And it's supposed to be a cleansing energy, and it actually really does help. Like, the respiratory system has a real way of working itself when you know how to use it. But your body sees so many, it's like, you know what I like to think of my body as? I like to think of my body as a video game. Like, my body is a controller, and if I know the right sequences to tap in, then I will tap into a secret. I will unlock a secret of my body. Um yeah. So that's one way. And it'll be a very calming effect. You'll feel it in your head once you do it enough. You'll start to feel it. You'll know when it's done because you're talking about releasing chemicals. We're talking about tapping into neural pathways. We're talking about settling the body and releasing certain things that we need, certain chemicals, certain bacterias, certain and just coming into balance, certain fluids and all these different things. It's a lot. We should know. These should be the things that are taught in school. It's a shame that people don't know these type of things. Something like breathing can settle anxiety. You don't even need no crystals. You don't need no pills. You don't need no herbs or any of that jazz. If you know how to do it as simple as breathing techniques, then you're fine. But see, for the rest of it, it's a thing that needs to be understood. Where we're talking about this ascension, right? We're talking about meditation. Meditation. We're going to use this meditation to work through the darker times. So I feel like this will help uh, alleviate certain things. Not and understand for you to do something like this. There are things that I'm keeping out on purpose. As you listen to me, you're probably like, Charlie, what do I write this stuff with? How do I create the symbols on my hands and on my head? Like, oh, where do I buy these crystals? Like, and how do I know that the crystals are working? I'm keeping certain things from you on purpose because I want you to sign up for my class. I'm not going to teach you free. So, like, but anyway, so we're talking about ascension. We're talking about ascension. And the reason why you want to do something like this, because we have to remember with the universe, there is a high side and there's a low side of energy, the ebb and flow. We have to create an ebb and flow. How we do that with actions through our words and all this. But sometimes what winds up happening is just because you're trying to do it the natural way, and the meditation is a natural way as well. Sometimes we need a little extra, right? You'll find that you could be as kind as you want to, but you're still getting mistreated. You're still being taught to a certain way. Well, what happens is you what hap- what happens is you have to elevate yourself. And there's different ways to elevate ourselves. Is different ways in religion. One of them I feel like is baptism. That's one way. Confession. That's one way. Um, Meditation. There's all these. There are so many different religions that have all these secret. That have all these. No, well, not secret, but have all these ways of cleansing. And I always think it's so funny because when you sit down and you really think about it, when you think about the act of baptism in Christianity, and you think about ATRs, African traditional religions, and you think about ATRs, you can kind of see how those things are the same. You can kind of see how they're similar. Water has a very interesting quality to it. It's very healing and how it is and what it does. And if you're someone that can work really well with water, then you could tap into those spirits that's in the water. Anyway, we're going off course. Certain things I'm supposed to talk about, certain things I'm not supposed to talk about. Anyway, so you get into this meditation, and you don't even have to do my form of meditation. Even if you took a selenite and put it on top of your head and put some obsidian at the base, meditating in a way of just clearing your thoughts, practicing the breath of life like I taught you, you would find that something interesting would happen. You would feel a balance. You will feel grounded. Why? Because obsidian, again, made from the boughs. So it has that natural earth energy connected to it. So you could do that. You can center yourself. Your base should be centering that anyway. The first chakra, the sixth chakra, the lower chakra, the base chakra, which is the first chakra, is depending on how you want to count it, whatever. The base chakra, the one that sits at your groin, that port right there, that energy, that energy within itself is all about grounding yourself in security. That energy within itself is all about being able to have the will to drive forward, the dominating. There's some domineering energy in there, but it's mainly about just being secure within self and having that and being able to identify with that, because when you're not secure within yourself, those things manifest in different ways, and we're wrapping back around to the shadow. It will come through with your shadow. But if you have balance within that first chakra, then that energy will be grounded, and you will have a grounded sense of identity, and that also grounds you to this plane as well. So you wouldn't be everywhere. You wouldn't be as wild. Now, why would we put the selenite to the top of our head? That's interesting, Charlie. Why did we do that? Instead of the Herkimer that we were talking about earlier. Well, the reason why you want to put the selenite in your head is because selenite is a self-cleansing crystal. If you ever look at the spiritual stuff on like TikTok or YouTube or all that, just different stuff, they have these white crystals about this long. I believe I have a piece sitting here. I do. This is selenite. A piece of selenite is self-cleansing. So right now I was having this sit with my crystals. A lot of times I sit it on my deck to cleanse my cards. But put this on the crown of your head, it'll open your crown up. Why would you want to open your crown up? You get closer to divinity. You have clarity within your mind. If that's opened, then you'll be able to receive those messages from your higher self. You'll have a clear sense of intuition, but you got to make sure this one here is open too as well. You can use amethyst for that one. I believe it's amethyst. You can use amethyst for that one. Meditate with some amethyst for cleansing that out. Or, I like to take a piece of clear quartz as well, because clear quartz works really well for that too. But the thing that we're trying to focus on and trying to get to is just one, cleansing the chakras and understanding that there's this really interesting woman on TikTok. I had to remember her name so I could give the name. I'm going to have it next time, but I saved her stuff. And she was talking about how everybody's always like, your chakras are blocked. Your chakras are blocked. And she's like, that's so wrong. That's such a Western thing to say. Your chakras can't get blocked because they're the places that energy run through. They're the nodes that, oh, thank God I just got that word out of my mouth. They're the nodes that supply the energy for our body to move, that for our soul to have access and everything like that. So why would they be blocked? No, they get knotted. So what we want to do is have that energy flowing through correctly. And once we do that, we can be in balance. And so Now we're getting to the other side of what I'm saying. This is just one way. See, I'm not saying these things and saying to you, oh, well, if you did this, you can make your anxiety go away. It may help anxiety, but some people have anxiety that can be pretty overwhelming. It's not going to make depression go away. It's not going to make certain thoughts go away. But what it will do is help you balance yourself so you can be more in control of yourself. And it's not to say, see, I'm not saying this is a way, this is medicine. That's not what I'm saying. Even though it's a form of medicine, it's a form of medicine, but it's not going to fix everything. It's not a fix all. It's being able to balance yourself, having a clear understanding of your perception, your reality. And then once you get to other people, having a clear understanding of their perception and their reality. Because then what happens is you'll be able to allow them to be themselves, just like you'll allow yourself to be yourself. And with the heightening of the extinction, that's ascension of your frequency raising, what will happen is all the negative people, all the negative situations, all the negative habits, all the negative things that happen, and the negative jobs, the places that just does not resonate with your spirit, those things will fall out from your life. Slowly but surely they will fall out from their life. You'll start to understand certain things. It's something about, it's really important, something about having your energies in alignment, because when you have your energies in alignment, your cells are doing how they're supposed to do, which is the reason why I said eating right and all that different stuff, lots of water and good stuff like that. Like even tonight, I drink water every day, all day. That's all I really drink. I have a whole case of water down there. Whenever my girlfriend goes shopping, she gets a bunch of water. I buy like 8 cases of water at one time. I rarely ever drink anything else but water and sweet tea because I'm a Southern boy. But at the same time, I got a can of Mountain Dew over there. That is a whole treat within itself. It's probably gonna take forever for me to flesh it out. But I drink a lot of water, and I should be eating more vegetables, but I don't. I eat a lot of junk. But you see, if you're getting this clean feel, giving that clean feel to those heightened cells, those cells are going to do what they're supposed to do. Why? Because at the end of the day, we have energetic fields. We're walking, talking magnets. We draw in what we want and we repel what we don't want. And a lot of times, what ends up happening is we don't program ourselves the right way to say, this is what I want. We don't program ourselves to say, this is not what I want. Sometimes we program ourselves to have low vibrational ways and then to draw in low vibrational things, and then wonder why it is that we're doing low vibrational things, or wonder why it is that low vibrational people are drawn to us, or we're always in a low vibrational situation, or wondering why things are always messing up. And understand, like, I get like religion. I believe in religion. I think religion is the greatest foundation to have before you even get to spirituality. I think you need to understand the fundamentals are, I think you need to have some sort of discipline, some sort of identity and faith before you go walking into just having faith in self. Why? Because it's important. There are so many different higher energies. There are so many lower energies that all of them have their own different ways. And if you don't know how to identify these things, then how are you supposed to move forward? How are you supposed to act? How are you supposed to have discernment? How are you supposed to have these things? See, those things are important, but also we have to understand, like, we're extremities of the Most High. And being that we are extremities of the Most High, that means we have the ability to create, we have the ability to destroy, we have the ability to manifest, we have the ability to shift realities, we have the ability to raise our vibrations and lower our vibrations. We have so much power, but we don't understand it. And I mean, it's fair because we weren't taught it. But when you walk with this energy, with when you walk in an energy of trying to manifest, or trying to get into shadow work, or trying to get into inner child work, you have to be in alignment. You have to be. So now, when we're talking about talking about these things, and I was talking about how to address the shadow. How do we work with the shadow? How do we understand the shadow? How I'm not so much teaching you that. I'm not so much teaching you shadow work. I'm not teaching you how to walk through it, even though I could. I've walked a few people through shadow work. It's a tough bit. It's a tough thing. And the thing about a person who teaches shadow work, or what most people would call a light healer, when you do shadow work and you do shadow work for people, you have to walk them through a certain place. I don't believe just anybody can do that. I don't think you could just have the title of doing that, because it's I gotta understand, like, it is a psychological bit that goes with it. So you have to really know how to do it, or be a spiritual person and be able to walk through that. And when I say a spiritual person, I mean an active practitioner of a certain, whether, well, I would say a closed practice, a closed religious practice. I would want you to be, or a Reiki healer. I think Reiki healers are actually really something. I think Reiki healers are actually really cool, because they learn how to use their bodies as instruments to shift energies within another person. And I just think that is so cool. And they know how to identify like stress parts of your body and like nodes and stuff like that. They understand where that trauma is rooted. And even when they're doing it, right, they'll be talking to you and talking you through this situation. You're not even noticing like they're shifting this energy that's been stored up in you, this trauma that's been stored up in you for so long. And it was just like a knot or a bump, or like your back hurting, or your shoulders aching, or neck cramps, or like the feeling of like arthritis in your joints or something like that. Like, Reiki healers are so dope. Anyway, so, like, we're talking about addressing and understanding the shadow, and right now, like I said, we're in this moon phase of Capricorn. So what I would say is this: if you want to work with the shadow and you want to understand the shadow in a period like this, it's not so much about taking the action of, it's preparing to take the action of. And once you've prepared yourself, once you strategize, and once you made a goal, and once it's all laid out on the table, you take that goal, you take that energy, and you move forward with it. That is utilizing Capricorn's moon energy. Because when that happens, you get to a place where you can move forward, and you're capable and able to take care of certain situations and do certain things. But most of all, learning how to work with the shadow, learning how to maintain your energies, learning how to focus. So I think that's pretty vital. I think all those things are pretty vital. You want to, it's all about when you have ascension, and when your energies are balanced, you have the mind to address your issues, you have the mind to handle your issues, you have the mind to handle other people. Because you see, if you listen to the last episode, I talked about my grandmother passing, and in her passing, a side of me showed itself that hadn't really showed in a long time. A lot of aggression, a lot of anger. And then, don't get me wrong, I probably suppress it often. I probably really do. I try to work with it though. I try to say what I need to say. I try to let that kid that's chained up inside talk his talk in the most safest way. Sometimes I let them unhinge. Sometimes I just let them go wild and be rambunctious. But for the most part, I try to be level headed about it. And I just believe that's mostly because I'm a Taurus rising. But anyway, I try to be well mannered. Um, nah, that's not what this happened this time. Because grief is such a thing, mourning is such a thing, and like I said, we're always experiencing different deaths. We're always experiencing different endings, and all those endings bring transformations and new beginnings, rebirths, if you will. And it was very interesting, very angry. I was very, very angry. I could not focus, I could not think. But when I did this meditation, that's when I found the balance. When I started tapping into those higher celestial energies, those celestial body energies, the sun, soul, SOL, not SOUL, SOL, but understand that you are still that energy. You have a facet of that energy, and so you are able to tap into that energy as well. But and I believe it goes deeper, but I won't go there. I'll stick where I am for the sake of time, because I actually have something to do at 7. So but yeah, you talk about these things and you think about these things and you get to this place of I started to see myself. I At first I didn't see myself, but after I did this meditation, I had time to sit with myself and I had time to convene with my ancestors and talk to God and be in this place of just meditation. It's silence, isolation, and solitary. And once I did that, solitude. Once I did that, I started to have an understanding of the fact of I did not have a clear mental state. I was acting, I was allowing my shadow to work. I was allowing my shadow to operate to its fullest. I was not working with my shadow. I was not having balance. And I believe that's what I was doing at first. I said at first, there is a raging energy inside of me ready to war. And I was going to war. And I almost went to war, but I had to stop myself. I had to understand what was happening. I had to understand what was happening. So, in that, I created that meditation and I started to use it. And like I said before in last week's episode, Tuesday's episode, I keep saying last week's episode. In Tuesday's episode, I was like, am I going to share this with everybody else? I don't know. It's maybe too high of a caliber, too high of a caliber for everyone else to work with. I am I am very I am very seasoned when it comes to working with higher energies, higher vibrations, higher beings, some low beings too, lower energies as well. I'm seasoned in that. I know what I'm doing, and I didn't know if I should share what it is that I discovered in using that and utilizing that. But it's here now, so I am. But this is what I would encourage everyone to do. Go out to your local crystal store. I know you have one. I know you have one. Everywhere, everybody has a local crystal store because crystals are all the rage now. So, what I would, what I would want you to do is go to your local crystal store, buy you a piece of selenite. Where's the selenite? I just had the selenite. Buy you a piece of selenite. Have you buy you a piece of obsidian. Obsidian at the base, selenite on the crown. Remember, selenite is a crystal that is aligned with the sun. Remember that obsidian is a crystal that is aligned with lower energies or what would be called natural grounding energies because these come from the earth. Both of these crystals come from the earth, but this one is lava glass. So pushing those dark, heavy energies away. I'm going to meditate. And I'm not going to give you any affirmations or anything like that. If you want to align that with whatever you do that. I'm not. I know I'm sitting here talking about manifestation and all this different stuff, but all the affirmation stuff, I'm powerful enough to make some things happen with my mind. I don't get me wrong. I believe in words. I'm all about words. Words mean things. So you got to be careful with words. Words mean stuff. But I think what I want. And when I know what I want and I focus on what I want, I'm gonna get it. Anyhow, so use that, meditate with those. Remember to use the breath of life. 7 seconds, breathing into the nostrils, 4 seconds, holding that air, 4 seconds out, releasing, well, not 4 seconds out. As long as it takes for you to decompress, then do that. And then do it over again. You should start to feel something. Getting that Kundalini energy to flow up, to go up into the pineal gland, having that balance between the left and the right, the divine masculine, the divine feminine, and getting into that place of balance, and then aligning yourself, aligning your energies, and having that balance. See what happens. I want to know. I want everybody to try it. You got until Tuesday. Everybody here in the audience, everybody in the replays, everybody on YouTube and Twitch, if you can, selenite should only be about 250, 150 a piece at the most. If you're gonna go get a necklace, it's probably gonna be about probably like $10 or $12. I'm not gonna lie, I cut mine. I don't. I use my obsidian for work most of the time. We have a bigger piece of obsidian. Hold on. I don't know if it's up. Okay, I can't show you those. My girlfriend put up her crystals. So, but there's a oh, it's over there. I'm not getting up. There's get you some of that obsidian. You know what else will help? Um, I wear a lot of them. I wear a lot of stuff. Get you some shungite. This is all about heightening vibrations as well, pushing out those lower frequencies. So lower frequencies don't catch on to those lower frequencies, those things that would shift your energy. Good stuff. Um, yeah, I'm probably not gonna have enough time for readings. Dang, I should have logged in. Sorry, I have a tournament. I might skip it because I'm not that great at the game. It's just all fun and no play makes a dull Charlie. So Anyhow, we're gonna stop because I'm fiddling and all that jazz. So bring having alignment. Like I said, it's not a fix all. That's not what it is. Having alignment is not a fix all, but it will help you see clearly. See what clearly? See your actions clearly. See people clearly. See reality clearly for what it is. Having and building your perspective. Um, being aware. Because you know what will end up happening once you start using this type of meditation? You're going to start meditating. And if you do it the way that you're supposed to, you're going to start to see things. You're going to start to feel things. And I'm not talking about things walking around. I'm not talking about ghosts or haints that are walking around. I'm not talking about stuff like that. I'm talking you got some building to do before you get to that place. But you will start to notice how people act. You will start to notice what comes out of your mouth. When you say the wrong thing, you're gonna be like, oh my God, why did I even say that? What's wrong with me? Those things are gonna happen. You're gonna be able to see. You're gonna see and understand how is it that your shadow is operating. And remember what I told you at the beginning, that right now we're all about shadow work. We're all about dealing with the shadow. We're all about focusing on the shadow. What is the shadow doing? How's it doing? And all that good stuff. Um, remember, right now, Capricorn, the moon is in Capricorn's part of the sky. It's a good time to make goals and go after them. Um, good stuff. I'm feeling it. Okay, so yeah, but if anybody has any questions, if you want to come up to the stage, if you want to get a reading, cool thing. If you want to get a reading at any point of the show, all you got to do is raise your hand. I should start saying that. But right here, where the little fortune cookie is, I don't understand why it's a fortune cookie, but that is all of my information for payments. And we'll start doing readings in here, and we'll just do like 25 for 15 minutes because you can get a lot from me in 15 minutes. But we could start doing that type of stuff. But if you want to come up to the stage, I see Will, I see Kels, I see Anthony. Hey, Anthony, how you doing? Thank you for being here. I see Kathy. How you doing, Kathy? I see Jill. Hey, Jill. Ah, man, I wish Stefan was still in the room. Stefan, if you see this, bro, I am so sorry I did not make it to your show yesterday. I didn't make it to your show yesterday either. Jill and Anthony, I apologize for that. I did see the notifications coming up on the phone. It's just my phone has been acting really weird lately, and I don't know why. I don't know what's going on with that. But anyway, well, I missed logged in. I missed in login time for the tournament. I'm in a whole league, so that's done. That's over. But anyway, we did that first segment of the show. It took me about 15 minutes after 6 to start the show. So we're gonna spend a good 15 or 20 minutes doing some readings. Now you might get lucky. You might get lucky. Why would you might get lucky at this portion of the show? Because I'm about to give out some messages and you might just hear something you need to hear. So let's start. Let's see how it goes. All right. So what we're going to do an energy check. I've been doing this new reading and it's kind of fun. I like the energy check. If you follow me on TikTok, at Charlielyrictarot TikTok, go follow me on TikTok. I need those views. Share me, like me, Like you can't subscribe to anything just yet, but yeah, follow me. So yeah, that it's there. So what this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do an energy check. Show me for the collective of people who are here presently and who are going to be here in the future. Give me the message that a person needs to hear. Show me in the name of Son and Holy. Show me in the name of the ancestors. Ashe, 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 Ashe. Let's see. Well, hey, somebody does not have the strength to do something. What's going on? What are you afraid of? Why are you holding back? You're holding back in some capacity because we're talking about the strength card. So let's see. Let's pull out the tarot and see. Give us the answers that we need. Wow. There's something new trying to start in somebody's life. There's a brand new chapter. The page is trying to turn. It's trying to turn, but you're afraid. You're afraid, and it's something exciting too, because it's the Ace of Wands. It's something to be very passionate about. But you might be feeling discouraged. Well, not maybe you are feeling discouraged. Why? Why? Listen, I don't know what this is about. I just know it's time. Whatever it is, it's time. Why is it time? Because we're talking about the star card. I would say, you need some healing to be done, but that's not what it is. Well, that might be what it is too. But it's like, I don't know. I don't know what the future holds. I don't know if this is my right path. But it's like I don't know all the details. You're a lie. You do. Everything is clear. It's clear. It's clear as clear as clear as day. So somebody in this collective needs to hear this message. Okay, what else y'all got? Okay, listen. If you're listening to this, if any of you and all of my collective is listening to this, and you feel as though that you're a brat, or people call you a brat, because this is some really bratty energy right here. You're being a brat. Why? Because it's like, I don't like how things are, but I accept them. And it's like, what are you doing? Because there's a whole new chapter. So it's supposed to start. A whole new chapter is supposed to start. Something new and exciting is about to come into your life, and you're very aware of it. You know what will happen if you cross that line, but for some reason, you're just like, no, it's not good enough. What do you mean it's not good enough? Look, don't have me turn into Uncle Charlie. I'm trying to just be Charlie, but you're gonna make me turn into Uncle Charlie. You're gonna make me get on you real quick. Is this about a relationship? We're talking about stability. Look who came out together. Y'all together. The King of Cups, the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. And then behind it is the Emperor. Oh, okay, cool. Well, let's pause for a second. How's it going? Hello?
Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Okay, I'm new to this app and I don't know what I'm doing right now. I
So you
didn't
you
know you
got up
could
on the
hear me.
stage. You said
Oh,
what?
I'm sorry.
No, okay. Were you listening to me just now? Were you listening to the things I was saying?
About the brattiness, yeah, that I don't identify with.
You don't identify with it?
I don't know.
Okay. I just say that because you accidentally came up to the stage, and I just so happened to be talking to the collective, and you stumbled up here, and I don't know if it was by accident or not.
Um, I no, I'm in a lot of emotional pain actually. So I think it was just by accident.
Okay, wait. Well, let's pause for a second. We were having fun, but we're gonna take a brief moment because this is called "What's on Your Heart." So, what do you got going on?
This is gonna be our first holidays without a family member who passed away, and
Mhm.
we're destroyed. And I'm sorry, I'm just trying to find ways to connect is such a thing.
No, go ahead. I'm
As
listening.
a
Go ahead.
person who's passed.
You want to connect with them. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, if there's a message or anything that
You want to do that right here, right now?
is that possible?
You know, I would tell you that I would rather you call me and we set up we set up something to so it be private and you will pay
Mm.
for it. But I'm gonna do it, and the only reason I'm gonna do it is because I'm experiencing the same thing right now. Same thing is about to happen with me. So where right now I kind of feel where you're coming from. I understand. So
Oh,
I will give you that space. I will allow that space. I've never done that reading, that type of reading here before. I've never done that type of reading here before, but I'm willing to try that type of reading for you. Okay.
oh, it's very nice of you. Thank you.
Um, just to be honest, I don't know if they'll come through. How long has it been since they passed?
October 6th.
So it's very it's very fresh.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. You already been experiencing things. Have you noticed little things?
Yeah, and I don't know if it's just my mind
It's not.
or not.
It's not.
And unfortunately, when I do notice these things, they don't bring comfort.
Well, that's why. You know, because they know. She knows.
Yeah.
Hold on. Yo. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh. It's just a little. I was about to get ready. I was just about to get up. I was about to set up. I was really about to get ready. But that energy is already around you. This is a very motherly figure. I want to say a grandmother. It feels like a grandmother, or maybe she's a matriarchy of the family. Correct?
Well, the one that passed October 6th is not. No,
No,
but
she's.
I've had no.
But that's that type of energy she walk with, though.
Mm, okay. Okay.
Maybe this is the reason why I don't do that in this type of space. There's a lot of pressure that comes with it when other people are watching, but also at the same time,
Mm,
I feel the energy. I feel what energy you're talking about. I feel what person you're talking about. I need to get ready. I need to do this properly. If everybody could give me a moment, just give me a moment. Give me like 12, 15 minutes. No, no, not 15 minutes. I'm sorry. Give me 2 to 7 minutes and I'll be right back.
oh wow. Thank you.
Okay. Hold on. I'm coming. It's a whole thing I gotta set up. I'm sorry. I'm coming. Y'all, I am so freaking nervous. It's not even funny. I do this all the time. I should not be nervous. This is my day in and day out every single day. But you know what? I am nervous because it's the first time I ever did it in front of this many people before. But we're going to do it. Let me ask you something.
Okay.
Um, is it okay if I say some prayers before we start? Are you all right with
Yes.
that?
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna do some prayers and we're gonna get into it because this is gonna be something good. This is gonna be something uplifting. I know. Thank you so much. Okay, here we go. The Lord is my shepherd, I lack nothing. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He refreshes my soul. He guides me along the right paths for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows. Surely your goodness and love will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Amen. Amen.
Amen.
Okay, I'm gonna walk y'all through some things. I'm gonna teach some things while I'm doing this. This is a very teachable moment for all of my people who want to get into reading. First and foremost, Florida water. Why Florida water? This is a real staple in many magical practices, but especially in hoodoo. I'm a root worker, so I use Florida water. Psalms 91. Psalms 23 is the prayer for everything, but it's a prayer of protection as well. But Psalms 91 is a protection for, well, everything, because it's going to put you in the Lord's sacred place. If you don't know them things, you better get into your Bible. Hello? Okay. Whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. Surely He will save you from the foulest snare and from the deadly pestilence. He will cover you with His feathers, and under His wings you will find refuge. His faithfulness will be your shield and rampart. You will not fear the terror of the night, nor the arrows that fly by day, nor the pestilence that stalks in the darkness, nor the plague that destroys at midday. 1,000 may fall at your side, 10,000 may fall at your right hand, but it will not come near you. You will only observe with your eyes and see the punishment of the wicked. If you say, the Lord is my refuge, and you make the Most High your dwelling. No harm will come near you, no disaster will come near your tent, for He will command His angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways. They will lift you up in their hands, so you will not strike a foot against your strike, so you will not strike your foot against a stone. You will tread on the lion and the cobra. You will trample the great lion and the serpent, because He loves me, says the Lord. I will rescue him. I will protect him, for He acknowledges my name. He will call on me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him with long life. I will satisfy him and show him my salvation. And then Father, Son, and Holy Ghost, I pray. Okay, we're gonna do this how I do this. First and foremost, how you doing, ma'am?
Uh, Not too good.
It's okay. It's okay not to be okay. Second, if your ancestors walk up, may I speak to them?
Yes.
Third, can you say your name for me 3 times, please?
Olga, Olga, Olga.
Okay, Olga. Man, let's tap into those energies. Let's get into your energy first. Let's look at you. Then we're gonna work our way there. Cause I gotta calm down. Too. I'm excited and I'm scared. So show me what hope. Olga needs to know.
Yeah.
In the name of Father, Son, and Holy Ghost, in the name of the ancestors. You know what? Olga. You came for one thing, you're about to get so many other things. But you used to walking in places like that, aren't you? I see it.
Mm.
Okay. 2 of Cups in reverse. That's a disconnect. What would have been you giving is not giving. It could have been a relationship. But we're not talking about the person that passed away. We're talking about presently. I see you mourning. 5 of Cups. This is about an energy of losing, losing love, not seeing that it's still love around you, not seeing that there's still love to be had. That's one thing, first and foremost. But there's something that you need to say. There's something that you need to. Is there? There's a truth. You about to call. You about to call some people out on some things. You are about to call some people out on some things. It's a younger energy. It's a younger energy that you need to address. There may be you may wait. Hold on. You may also be wanting to do something different. It might be. It's something to do with a new start, a new exciting start. That's around you as well. But I feel like you want to address a younger energy, a more vibrant energy. This energy could be very immature.
Mm.
There's a masculine energy as well. That's not you. The masculine energy isn't you. Is it that you want to? And the reason why I'm going to say this is because we got the Emperor, and then we got the Page of Wands. So
Uh,
Emperor is Aries. Page of Wands, Leo. Aries is Sag. You may be wanting to address what could be an elder or at least an older man about a child. You maybe want to address something like that, or a childlike behavior, or even being in the energy of this emperor still doing what he needs to do or needing to do.
mhm.
It's a
You're
lot of
raising.
fights. It's a lot of fights about instability. There's a lot of fights about uh might have been a loss of opportunity, might have been a loss of work. It might be that you're out of work. That could be what some fights are about as well. I know, but I know there's fights going on around you. But it's not only about security, it's also about your worth as well.
Mhm.
Yeah. The reason why I can talk to this energy, God, like I'm sorry, I just kind of gotta laugh. This is it's like divine intervention because I was just talking about how Saturn puts us in a way of discipline, disciplining ourselves, creating goals, talking about what we want to do next, all these different things. Saturn rules over Capricorn. So when I think about this energy and I think about how this is happening right now, I'm totally in my Saturn return. When I talk about what's happening right now, it's wild to me. And I don't feel like it's a accident you stumbled in here. I don't feel like it's an accident you stumbled on stage. I feel like very much right here, right now, this is a moment of needing to connect, but there's also a moment of a test as well. And it's not just for myself, but it's also for you too. You're also in a place of being tested as well. And so
Mhm.
with this energy here, there's a lot of tit for tat going on. There's a lot of back and forth, and it's really nasty what can happen when we lose a loved one. This whole segment has been about shadow work. The last two episodes have been about shadow work. When we lose a young when we lose a young one, that was weird wording. But when we you they keep coming out my mouth. When we lose someone, when we lose someone, it's it brings out nasty sides of us. It
Mhm.
brings out hard sides of us. It brings out the side of us that wants everything to be okay and will completely absolutely cause disruption, hell, and chaos to make it be okay. I
Mm.
feel like this energy is present. It's the shadow. And again, this is circling back around to your worth.
Okay.
Not blaming yourself for this, are you?
We all are. We all are.
You can't. You can't blame yourself. You can't blame yourself. Don't do that. Because it's already an energy of all this chaos happening. And It makes you feel so diminished. But you got to remember, you're an empress. Oh, we're talking about the emperor as well. Is this page the person that was lost? Was it a child that was lost?
Not exactly underage.
Okay.
19.
Okay. That matriarchy energy, that higher energy, that motherly energy, that's your energy. That's what that was articulating around. Okay. All right. That's tough. That's tough. I
Mm.
can't. I can't. I haven't been exactly in your shoes, so I can't give many words to that. But what I can give words to, my grandmother just passed away. 3 or 4 months ago. That was the love of my life. That was my first
Mhm.
mother. I have a mother. My mother loves me dearly, but the woman that feel is my mother is my grandmother, and she passed away, and it tore my world asunder. And when it did,
Mhm.
I mean, I was on a warpath, and I was trying to protect her legacy. That's
Mhm.
what I was trying to do. I was trying to protect her legacy. And being that I'm the last man, and that makes me the man. She already seen me the man as the house. So in my mind, I had to protect what my elder left behind. I had to protect what my mother left behind. And that means if I need to take down the person who gave birth to me, then I'm gonna do it. If I need to take down a sibling, I'm gonna do it. If I need to put everybody in their place, and if I gotta go on a fucking warpath, I'm gonna do it. That
Mhm.
that's a difficult energy to move in. It's very, very difficult. It's very hard. This is that type of energy. And when we on the field, right? When we're on the field, the thing about it is we collect them swords. You see how he collecting swords and he looking at them walk away. Ha ha, I won. The thing
Uh-huh.
is, winning that fight is not winning. Winning
Mhm.
that fight is not winning. And this sword, in this energy, is not winning. The thing is, you haven't won any battles yet. You haven't won any battles yet, and you don't realize what would happen if you were to win the battles that you are engaging in. There is
Mhm.
so much more to lose amongst all of you. And
Mhm.
this young energy around you, whether they articulate as male or female, this energy that I first tapped into, they're clinging to you. They're around you because they sense that they know that hurt, and they're very protective of you as well. They're already very,
Mhm.
very protective of you. Like, don't you it's not don't you mess with her. It's more of, don't you fuck with her.
Mm.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. No. And this is stressful. This is some stressful energy. You got to be careful. You got to be careful. You got to do some grounding. If my thing ain't your thing, that's cool too. But this will help you as well. Getting into this
Mhm.
as well, because I'm telling you, you don't want to lose yourself. That's what's gonna happen. Because you're very. I want to call you regal. I want to call you regal. You're very much on You're not. You're not. I'm on my shit. You're more so of, I'm doing what I gotta do. And people
Mhm.
see you. They know you for that. You look good when you do it. Everybody know how you look when you do it. People will look at you and they go, "How in the world did she pull that off?" You are a whole pillar of success. People know this of you, but right now you're totally out of your element. And what could happen is, if you keep on blaming yourself and you keep on engaging in these energies, you're gonna lose yourself. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. No, you know, I don't know if everybody know this about you, and I'm not trying to put your business out there, but it wouldn't be the first time that you totally lost yourself, right?
Right.
And we know what that looks like when that happens. You tend to
Yeah.
lose things when you lose yourself. You don't want this to happen. You don't want that to happen. Whew. These people around you, I, I love them. You love them,
Mhm.
but they better get their shit together, because you're much more vital than what they realize.
Mm.
You're trying to heal. No, no, you're not. The healing is on pause. It's almost like I don't want to heal. It's almost like I can't forget. I don't want to forget. Not only do you blame yourself, you're torturing yourself. Yeah,
Yeah, very
yeah,
true.
that is what you're doing. You are torturing yourself. You know that energy, whoever they may be. I really feel like this is a child. I really feel like it was one. If it was a child of yours, I really feel like I don't.
There
I know.
was a child
Okay, I
a long,
do.
long time ago.
Okay. There was another child a long time ago. That's what you're saying. Another child a long time
Yeah,
ago.
in the late 80s, he passed.
Mm. There's so much. There's so much static, but you can't help that. It's so much static in your house, so much static in your household, so much static in your mind, and so much static around you.
Is static like confusion?
Yeah, it's a lot of racing thoughts,
Okay.
a lot of words moving around, a lot of emotions moving around. Sometimes things don't move at all. Sometimes you don't move at all. Sometimes you just get stuck, don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's rage. Sometimes it's depression. A lot of times it's reflection. I haven't even got to that card yet. Yeah, I was just talking about not knowing what to do. Two of Wands. Total disarray, not knowing what to do, not knowing how to strategize.
Hmm.
Very disappointing. Very disappointing. You don't want to accept anything. But, you know, I feel like this masculine energy that we were talking about earlier, this emperor, I feel like this emperor tries to do little things and it's just not working. I feel like there's a couple of people in your life that try to do things, but it just doesn't work.
Hmm.
Okay, it's okay. It's okay. Listen, something new is trying to come up in your life. There's a change trying to happen, and that's what these arguments are all about. Changes.
Hmm.
We already know that you're not doing the self care. We already know that you're not trying to heal. We already know that this person here, well, they're trying to do what they can. They're a person of action, not very good with words. Person with action, person of action, and they're
Hmm.
trying and trying and trying. They're even doing it in a way where they're trying to give emotions, and it's not that they're not an emotional person. It's that that's not their jam. That's not even how they roll, but they're still trying.
Hmm.
And it's like, well, you know, I want to say geez, but it's like, well, damn. Like, I'm trying everything. I understand, but I'm trying everything. And that's what these arguments are about, this change. It's a good change, whether it's a good change. Because it's something that needs to happen. It's the next part. It's the next part of life. It's the next part of the journey. It has to happen. May not have enough to do with though. May have missed out on an opportunity as well when it comes to money and things like this. Stability again, turning coming back around to stability because this at a point this was about stability. Yeah,
Hmm.
is this about? I want to say, is it about separation? What is that independence? Making a final call on that independence.
Uh, Separation in what sense?
Something to
From a
move,
person?
huh?
From a person? like separating myself from a person, or
I believe that. I want to say yes, but at the same time, because there's so much articulating here. But this it is talking about a relationship, and I am that guy. I'm the relationship coach. I am that guy.
Mhm.
But yeah, there's this coming into independence. It's solitude, but it's good solitude. There's a lot of appreciation to be had here. There's a lot to have. There's money is in place, stability is in place, peace is in place. But when it's in reverse, it's like I want it to be on my own, but it could be also in a way of I can't do it on my own. It can also be in a way of I don't have stability. It can also be in a loss of finance. But I just more so think I think it's just more so about like moving away from this energy of like what could be love, what could be innocence of a love. It could be that there's a childish like behavior, and when it is being articulated, there's kind of like this jovial giddiness, right? But it's like walking away from that. Because the page again, we brought out two pages. We had the page of wands and we had the page of cups. So when we're talking about these type of energies, that's really I got to a part where I was like, it's about a child because we're talking about pages. But then there's also that part of what they actually mean, what these energies actually mean, and what they look like and how they are. And so that's the reason why I'm saying fondness or innocence when it comes to displaying emotions, when it comes to giving, when it comes to just being in that childlike energy and just having fun. But it's like walking away, it's like moving away from that innocence. It's like I can't be that. And there's responsibilities that have to be walked away from. I feel like there's old ways and old constructs that may need to be walked away from as well. But see, these are the things that are showing themselves at this time that seems to be articulating in such a heavy moment, in such a heavy time. That's tough.
Mhm.
Holding on. We're holding on to things. Again, we can talk about finances as well, needing to penny pinch. We can talk about, I'm trying to tell you, I'm trying to tell you, there's a whole new journey. There's a new chapter in your life trying to start. What you don't understand is with one closing of a door, there's another door opening.
Mhm.
This is something that I myself am going through at this time as well. I'm not trying to compare the pain. I'm not trying to say I understand the pain. I'm just telling you, I I I know his walk. I
Mhm.
I know his beat. I know how it works. Hold on. I know how it works. And so, huh? And so with the full in reverse, and with the tower here, again, remember I said there's some old ways coming apart, coming down. But there's a need of it. It's like you I don't know. It's articulating itself like a lack of finance as well. It's articulating itself in a way of I don't know enough about what is about to proceed. It's a lot of stuff like that. But also it's like the fool just misguided. The fool does not know what to do with itself when it's in this energy. It's at the beginning of a new start, and he has everything he needs to proceed on the journey and understand this will be a brand new journey in life. It'll be a brand new chapter about to start, but he does not know what to do on this path. And then here we talk about the tower card, and being that the tower card is here, we can understand that there is some things about to come down, some old ways, things that you built in life that you thought would work but does not work for you any longer. Ideas, constructs, people, the way how things work, as in the mundane day to day, or even how life is seen, is things that is built up, and this comes from the foundation of our childhood. This comes from the understanding of life itself, building up these things and getting into this place of understanding how it is and what it is. But there's this energy of it needing to come down. It's going to happen. It's going to happen quick and fast, and you're not going to realize it. And it may come with a person. It may come with a person that is shady. It may come with a person that is shady. But you're a very loving person. Everybody knows this of you. Like I
Mm.
said before, everybody sees you as someone that is, some people articulate it as up on a pedestal. Other people just say, hey, she knows what she's doing and she's good at it. Another very motherly energy, very intuitive energy, very much understanding energy, very much a compassionate energy, very much the person you can lean on, very much the person who will hold you when you don't understand how to do or what to do, very much the person who will be nurturing in his guidance and direction. But at the same time, this motherly energy, how it is and what it is, it's just not in that place. It's just not willing to give. It's just not happy. It's just not celebratory. It's where everybody is trying to lighten up, just can't, just won't, refuses. So, what do you need? Okay, what do you need? Let's see that. What do you need? You need to come into a place of decision. You're at a crossroads right now, but you need to solidify that decision. It takes some mental space to do it, but like I said, there's that stagnicity, there's that static as well, there's that not knowing what to do, there's the many voices.
Mhm.
You got to take some time to self. You're needing of a new perspective. Step back, look at it. Step back and look at it. You know the world for one way, but it's time to learn a new way.
Mhm.
Okay, might hurt, it's gonna hurt, but it'll be the end of these burdens that you are experiencing, that you are having to carry, because most of the burdens that you carry is not just your burdens alone to carry. It's not just for you to carry. Yes,
Mhm.
this emperor, he wasn't upright before, but this emperor, when he gets in himself, he can be a bit tyrannical. Not a bit, he can be tyrannical, he can be controlling, and he just makes it very difficult to talk. Very, very difficult to talk. Once he's settled on something, he is settled. There is no going back. There's no crossing the line. If you come back and you try to have a conversation, why are we talking about this when I've already decided what it is? Usually, he is a very compassionate man, and once he get into his element, once he gets into his right place, see, this is all of this episode has been about balance. Once everybody has gotten into balance, there will be a time for a conversation. Oh my god, I wish I had that flyer now. Oh no. Anyway, there will be a time where this will settle itself. It'll settle itself out. But you got to get, first and foremost, you have to get in balance. You can't worry about balancing everybody else. You can't worry about taking care of everybody else. You can't be that motherly energy that you usually are, trying to make happy home, trying to be vibrant, trying to be compassionate. Now is the time to turn that energy onto self. You have to be giving into self with that. Your mind, your body, and your soul include very much. And because I felt a tinge when I said body, very much body.
Mhm.
You don't have to give when you don't have nothing to give. You understand what I'm saying when I say that?
I think so.
Listen to me. When we're talking about physicality, if you're not in a space to be physical, understand you don't have to be physical. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. You don't need to be physical if you don't have to, if you don't want to be. You need it. You need to set boundaries. What is with you and boundaries? You know, when I seen those cards at first, I thought you understood that. I thought you knew would know would you I thought you would know of boundaries. But there are certain boundaries. Oh, that's what a tower card is here. There is brand new boundaries that you need to set. There is things you need to say out loud. You need to be very direct with this emperor when you tell him what it is that you do not care for and what you do not want to experience when it comes to him. You understand what I'm saying to you?
Mhm.
Let him know. Be as firm as I am with you right now. Be that with him.
Mhm.
You understand? Have that tone with him. you know how to do that. You know how to you do you understand what I'm saying to you? No. You understand. Take that. Strategize. Figure out how it is that you're going to get to this next point. You're not alone. You got partners. You got energy. You know how to do this. You know how to do this. You you for sure know how to do this. There's no question if you know how to do this. You are on your game. I understand that you have a loss of energy, but you ain't playing no good ball game that you ain't never played before. And I understand that it's hard. I understand it is difficult to even start to try to renew that innocent energy, that loving energy, that compassionate energy that you are so used to. I understand that you have been through so many battles. I understand that it has been so tough. I understand that you have wounds that has not been even looked at that are trying to surface themselves at this time. I understand. And with that being said, you need to talk to someone. You need to take time to speak to someone. You need to have, and when I say speak to someone, you need to make sure that this person has compassion for you. You need to make sure that this person is loving towards you and understanding. That's what you need most. You need a very understanding ear. You need someone who will not just go on and rant on like how I'm doing right now. I'm not ranting, but I'm show as hell talking, and I'm doing most of the talking. You don't
Mhm.
need somebody who gonna talk their way through things. I'm gonna tell you, it's two different hats that I wear as Charlie. When I wear one hat, it's to listen. When I wear the other hat, it's to say it. It's to say things. One hat has come off for one hat to go on. And you don't have many people in your life that have hats like that where they know how to turn it on and off. They're one way or another way. They're very logical people. Very this is very divine masculine energy, and
Mhm.
and and that's cool. We need the divine masculine, but we need the divine feminine. And you are all kinds of divine feminine. You are all kinds of radiance. You are a whole goddess walking the earth. And people got to understand that about you. You're not hard. You're not tough. These are personas, right? These are personas. You are
Mhm.
a whole softy, and it's okay that you're a softy. You will always be a softy. Be a softy. That's who you are. Dwell in that energy, be all of that energy, understand that energy, be compassionate towards that energy, be you. Be you
Mhm.
all day, every day. Don't be sorry for being too emotional. Don't be sorry for getting too high up in it. Don't be sorry. Because that's who you are. And if they truly love you, that's all that matters. This
Mhm.
and you do these things, you'll be right as rain. Now, as far as the connection goes, you're wanting to connect.
Yeah.
I'll say this. It's not that this person can't speak. It's not that you're not allowed to speak to them. It's that, well, they're there. They're there because the pain. They're there because of the animosity. The the way how this person articulates is how dare they? How dare you? It's almost like over me? How dare you? Why would they be that way over me? It's not that this person can't talk. It's not that you're not able to talk. It's that right now in this period of time, I don't. Well, mm, they're still getting acclimated. They're still holding on. They haven't really passed over yet.
Huh.
What's that? Or is it that they're going back and forth? Are you going back and forth, or are you staying still? You're staying still. Are you staying still? It's not really. It's not. That's what I thought. It's not really for you to. It's not really for you to know if she's okay. You have you have something to do, and you have something to do.
Hmm.
That sucks. Okay, but you gotta understand that. That's what we gotta understand. We gotta understand our place. We gotta understand our places because there are certain roles that we have to play. There are certain roles that we have to play.
Mhm.
They don't want this for you though. They just want to know that you're all right. That mourning that you're doing, the grieving, it's like an echo. It's loud. It's like a it's like a thunderous whisper. You know what I'm saying when I say that?
I think so. Yeah.
Hmm. It's like a thunderous whisper. Give me a moment.
Okay.
Because you see, there's something. Okay, you understand what I do. I work with spirits. I work with different spirits. And
Mhm.
being that I work with different spirits, there are times that those spirits will come between me because there are higher spirits, there are higher forces at play that will say, mm-mm, mm-mm, no. And then me, I'm not the one to listen. I'm like, why? Why no? You know, why no?
Mhm.
I understand why no. And I will respect no. But that's why. Because there's things that you have to do. What? Okay. So we were talking about a relationship. We are talking about a relationship having the potential to end. But this is a romance card, so it has the potential to go into the upright as well with distancing yourself. Things are beautiful where they are. It's
Mhm.
quite lovely where you are. But we are curious as what's on the other side of the gate. Because being here hurts too much. Being here is a reminder. I can't be reminded right now. I need to move on. But how? You got the energy, you need to do it. But the thing is you gotta get in that space where it's balance. We're talking about emotions. We gotta balance out those emotions. Because when you're emotional, you can't do too much.
Mhm.
But I'm trying to tell you, what's in front of you is a brand new start, and it will be something beautiful. The sun. It's the best card in the tarot. If you're trying to, it's the best card in tarot, oracle, whatever. If you're trying to get in, we're all working with that soul energy. I've been talking about meditating with the soul energy as well. SOL, the sun. When we're talking about that, we're talking about something good, and we're talking about what's better. We're talking about the sun. You got to have strength. As much as you are blaming yourself, as much as you are blaming yourself, and oh my God, the way that you're blaming yourself, it I know it don't make sense how you're blaming yourself. And how you're blaming yourself is bringing out all these other insecurities, all these other hidden things. I'm trying to tell you, when I talk about the shadow is a very interesting concept. It's a very interesting thing. It's all within us. And we have to learn how to work with the shadow. Right now, you're operating out of that shadow space. You're not working with your shadow. You're operating out of your shadow. And that's why I'm saying the energy that you feel, the things that you are thinking about yourself, the instability that it is creating, not in your not just in your physical world, but in your spiritual, in your spirit, in your soul. The way that you are blaming yourself, and I don't talk like this. Somebody over here is talking like this. One of them ancestors over there talking like this. My ancestors are present. They say, sweetheart, why? Why are you doing that to yourself? I don't even use that word. I don't even say sweetheart. Why are you doing that to yourself? Why are you
Mm.
doing that to yourself? How did it get down to that deep of the root of 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 guilt? So much guilt, so much shame. I don't understand how it got there. You don't understand how it got there because it doesn't have nothing to do with what's happening. That's that's deep. This man, this man that we've been speaking on, he's not emotional. He is not an emotional person, but he can make it better. And you know, you know, gift giving is how he tries to cheer you up. He just wants to put a smile on your face. He needs to understand those gifts ain't working. He needs to understand that money don't work. Physical things don't work. But the money is about to get better for you. I know that money is a issue. Seen it in the tarot. Seen it as we was flipping those cards. The money is an issue for you. The money is an issue for you. Follow you. Listen to me. This is the last little bit I'm gonna give to you.
Okay.
This is what I want you to do. And it's very significant. It's very, very significant. And I understand. I get it. It's very painful to lose someone. The one thing that hurts the most. Gotta chill. Somebody trying to touch me. Somebody trying to comfort me because I'm with you in this. The one thing that hurts the most about losing a loved one, even with what I do, I talk to my ancestors. I can call my grandma's name right now. She'll be right here. If I got an issue, all I got to do is walk over to my altar, say my prayers, and get to working. And I can see her. I can conjure her. I'm a conjurer. I'm a conjure man. I can do that.
Hmm.
It's not too much out of my scope that I can't do. But the thing is, it's not the same. It's not the same
Yeah.
as them being in flesh. It's not the same as hearing they laugh. It's not the same as sitting down and watching TV. It's not the same as watching those shows or hearing that music or just seeing them be them or just knowing that you can talk to them, that you can hug them, that you can love them, that you can kiss them when it is that you want to. It's not the same. And it's okay that you it's okay to hurt and it's okay to feel that pain. But what you have to understand is, and I know this is tough to say, and it's kind of it's fucked up to say, but it's the truth. Life ain't fair. Life is a very fucked up game. It ain't fair. It ain't true. And I'm sorry to everybody who's listening and you're like, oh my God, Charlie's cursing. Sorry. But this is real time. Real talk. It's real talk time. Life is a fucked up, it's a fucked up thing. It's a lot of things about life that is fucked up. But one of the most fucked up parts about it is knowing that you won't get to see someone ever again and you had to continue on.
Hmm.
That's the most fucked up thing. Cause you wanna be mad, you wanna ask questions, you wanna see them again, you wanna sit with them, you just wanna have one more time, one more time.
Hmm.
That's not life. That's not how life goes. They have their place, you have their place. Mm. You have your place, they have their place. It's a time for them to move into a different space. And it's a time for you to continue on. You ain't gotta live for nobody. I'm not telling you that. You ain't gotta continue on for nobody's legacy. I'm not telling you that. You ain't gotta hold on to memories. I'm not telling you that. Their essence still exists. And with even with their essence there, his essence is why did I say he when I said she earlier? Anyhow, the essence is there. The essence comes through. The essence is present. And because you're one. That's why. So, but you You gotta understand, you gotta keep going. You can't get stuck. You can't get stuck. You can't, I keep hearing, you can't get stuck, honey. You can't get stuck, sweetie. You can't get stuck because you got things to do. You got people who depend on you. You gotta take care of yourself. You gotta take care of everything else. You gotta take care of family. You're too much of a boss to stand still. You do too much for things not to go. See, a lot of things go, and they go because of you. I don't know if you know who Oshun is, but Oshun, if Oshun stops, everything stops. Why? Because she connects all the waters on the earth. And if
Hmm.
you need that sweetness, if you want that sweetness, oh, you better be good to Oshun. Because if you don't, then shit gonna stop and shit gonna stink. So that's you. That's all of you. That's you. That's who you are. You make things happen. You make things go. And if you say stop, well, everybody better stop. Because if they don't, that's you. That's you. Because your mama. Mom. All right. So now is my time to be quiet. I got to take off the talking hat and put on my listening hat. How does that resonate with you? How does all of that feel?
Some of it is confusing because
Okay.
I'm not sure like how to apply it to me, but
Okay.
some of it is scary. Like
Mhm.
you briefly mentioned the possible end of relationship, and I would hate for that. And but the whole thing about talking to the emperor and like that resonated, um, and I'm scared
Why?
of losing more people in my life if I stand up for myself. Um,
Mm.
and the emperor, if it's who I think it is, may not um, walk out of being like a child, acting like that, and deny.
Okay. That's fair. But you know, the other things I said, usually I would be like, okay, but the reason why they don't click, they need to click. They'll click, but there's
Hmm.
some things that got to happen to make them click. You have to stand back and actually see. You have to get
Hmm.
that brand new perspective that I was talking about from that hangman energy. You got to get into that space. Once you get deep into it, once you step back and you'll see, you'll begin to see how it is and what it is that I'm saying to you and what it means. I said a lot,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I know that it will resonate with you. Sometimes it takes a little time for these things to play out. We did this without structure. We just threw down cards. We didn't put no placements down. We just did this without structure. And those are
Hmm.
all understand when we talk about the emperor, the empress, we're talking about those energies, the high priestess, these people in the tarot. We're talking about archetypes. We're talking about energies. We're talking about energies more than anything. So they
Okay.
may be qualities that you carry and they translate over. But again, so that might be some why some things don't fit. But if they, I promise you, meditate, and I'm not saying sit down and I'm saying meditate, sit down and think because you're a thinker. Just move through that energy, and I promise you, you'll be able to see it. Here's the thing, though, and this is what I need you to do. This is what I need you to do. I understand losing people is hard. I have abandonment issues too, but your self worth is far more important than making anyone else happy. Your peace is all, your peace is so much more significant than making anyone else happy.
Hmm.
If you got to talk to that emperor and things have to change, it's either he is or he ain't. And you best believe he gonna get on it. Why? Because you came out as the empress. You came out as the emperor to the emperor. You came out as the empress to the emperor, meaning that you are their equal, and meaning that they see you as an equal, meaning that they cherish you, meaning that you are on a pedestal, meaning that you are beautiful, and you are the most beautiful in their eyes. You have their full attention, and they may fuss, they may fight, they may curse, whatever may have you, but it is important that you say what you have to say. You have to say it.
Mhm.
Why? Because it is an issue. And it's not to make anyone comfortable. Sometimes you got to make people uncomfortable. Sometimes it's time to stir some shit and you got to put your foot down. But don't ever be afraid to let someone know how it is that you feel because you're afraid of losing them. And I say this, I this thing I say to my cousin all the time. Every time I walk past him, I'm on the phone and I say bye. He goes,
Mhm.
"Why do you say bye?" And I say, "Because that was the end of the conversation." And I said bye. And he goes, "But you can't say bye to people. You have to say, I'll see you later." And I'm just like, why? Why would I say see you later? And he goes, because you may not ever see them again. You may be telling them bye. You can say bye and it can be sending them out of your life. Okay, so what? So what? You
Mhm.
cannot hold on to everything. Sometimes when we hold on to people, we're blocking our blessings. Sometimes when we hold on to people, we're keeping chaos. Sometimes when we hold on to people, we're settling for something less when there is something more. Sometimes when we settle for people, we lose our identity. Sometimes when we hold on to things, we lose our power. You got to
Mhm.
think about what does it take to hold on to energy. You have to keep energy in a container, because if you don't have energy in a container, it will move, it will go, because that's what energy does. But what is the price of keeping it? What's the price of keeping that container? What is the price of containing that energy? You gotta understand that. And sometimes it's money, sometimes it's time, sometimes it's your mind, sometimes it's your soul, sometimes it's your body. In this instance, I really feel like it's your body. You lose so much trying to hold an energy that is not meant for you. Let it go. Let it
Mhm.
go. I promise you. The way how energy works is that energy will leave and the energy will come back. Why will the energy leave? Because you let it go. Why will the energy come back? Because there's a place in your life for that certain type of energy. But sometimes when you let go of one energy and you got to prepare the space for the next energy to come in, that means taking time on ourselves. That means taking time to appreciate what we have. That means showing love to everyone and putting love into the universe so it can bring it back to us. Because the universe is all about symbolism. The universe is all about actions. The universe wants to see what you want. It doesn't listen to what you're saying that you want. It goes off of what you want. If it sees you moving in a certain way, then it will come with you. It will do what it does for you. And it will give you a brand new energy to fit in that space that fits you, because that's what you asked for. But if you hold on and this energy is steady trying to pull away, this energy is just doing all that it can to move, and you're holding on, you keep that container, you best believe you're going to keep spending whatever it is that you're spending. And the more you spend it, the less you'll have to give. And eventually, well, you have to, you will get depleted. There's nothing, there is nothing that lasts forever. Everything must change. That is a part of life. Don't be afraid to say what you have to say. You need to say it. And then you need to do some self-care, some self-maintenance. You need to have you a good old day. If you got girlfriends, go out with your girlfriends. If you got a best friend, guy or a girl, go out with them. Go have some fun. Go put your feet in some grass. Go eat some good food. Go lay in a good comfortable bed. Go float in some water. Go talk to some good people. Listen to some good music. Remember what life is, right? You have to
Mhm.
remember what life is. As much as somber and as depressing and as low as death may seem, death. is not the end. Death is something that we should be celebrating and not be in so much pain, because that person has transitioned. They no longer have to be in this vessel here. This here is not the greatest place. It's so up and down. Earth is so up and down. But then they get to move outside of here. There's no more hurting. There's no more investing in things you don't care about, having to do the day to day, conforming. There's no more of all these worldly pressures. Wherever they may go, they're going to a better place. I don't personally believe in hell. I believe in heaven, but I don't so much believe in a hell. I believe in higher realms. I believe in lower realms as well. But hell is not one of those things, because you can have hell here and you can have heaven here as well. But hell, I don't believe that a place like that exists. Not like that. I believe that however it is and whatever it is manufactured in a whole different way. But I do very much believe in the ancestors and the ancestral realm. And so when that person leaves, they go to that place and they can be called on and felt any time. I don't have the strength to move the person into this place so that you can feel them right now. I don't
Mhm.
believe I do. But I do have the strength to do is to tell you that everything will be okay. You have to know that everything will be okay. You got to take some time for yourself. It's not about making everybody happy anymore. It's about making yourself happy. That's the only thing that matters. You need to be living life and showing appreciation to life, because the more you mourn, the more you get stuck, the more this person is hurting, the more this person is feeling you hurting. And they're going to try to comfort you, and they're going to, where they're supposed to be, they're not going to go.
Mm.
So you gotta heal. You gotta mourn. You gotta let go. You understand what I'm saying to you?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you need anything else from me? Is there anything else you want to say?
I just want to thank you so much for this opportunity. I had no idea that this was going to go this way, and I greatly appreciate it.
It's okay. It's okay. And you know what? I'm happy it did. And I want if you find yourself wanting another reading, and that fortune cookie is all of my stuff, and you can go to my website and book a reading with me, and we could do this the right way. Uh, I was a little nervous here. I mean, I got into my element, but we can do it a different way. We can do it a different way. You understand what I'm saying to you?
Yes, yes.
So we can't do all that here. That's not for everybody else to see, and that's not for everybody else to know. It's a closed
Okay.
practice, so I can't do everything in front of everybody else, but I can. And if that's what something you want, then we can try. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And if you ever need to talk about what's on your heart again, you know where to find me. Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7 o'clock. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I love you.
Thank you, Charlie. I love you too.
Okay. Bye.
Bye bye.
Oh man, that was a lot. That was fun. That wasn't fun because it was a tough energy. But you know what it was? Let's find the right word for it. It was an energy of honesty, of reflection. I feel you. I really definitely feel you. That was tough. That was tough. It was good and it was healing. And I do very much hope that you really get what you need. I very much do. I'm sending some love to you. May my spirits that walk with me be with you for a moment and give you the consoling that you need. Okay, everybody. Thank you so much for coming into my space. Thank you for being here. I think every single one of you, it was so nice to have you. Casey, Beth, Claudia, Debbie, Anthony, Jill. Thank you guys. um, thank you to everybody on the replays. Thank you to everybody on Twitch and YouTube. If you are interested in following me on more content, I'm on TikTok. I'm putting out TikToks. So I'm gonna try to put them out every day. I'm not gonna say every day, but I'm putting out TikToks, and that's a lot of fun. You can find me at Charlielyrictarot. You can find me at Charlielyrictarot. on Instagram. There's two. There's Charlie and then there's Charlie too. You can visit my website. You can listen to my other show. I'm just saying where I can give you some good old tidbits about what you can do for shadow work and how to look at relationships and all that good stuff. You can listen to me on Wisdom. I say some pretty cool stuff too. There was a lot of really interesting interviews on there at Charlielyrictarot on Wisdom. Or you can find me on Clubhouse where we do this sort of thing. And it's still kind of the same because it's what's on your heart. What I do in Clubhouse is what I did here today. If there's anybody out here that wants to come up to the stage and say anything, you can, because this is the closing of the show before I close down. Or if you find it in your heart and you want to donate something to me or you want to book a reading, again, the fortune cookie. All my stuff is right there. Cause listen, it ain't easy being Charlie. Charlie got to make the money too. So, but anyway, is there anybody who wants to come up to the stage? You want to say anything? Got anything to say? Okay. Y'all know my secret now. I vape. All right. So it's good having y'all here. I love you. I love each and every one of you. I'm Charlie Lyric, and I'm asking what's on your heart and hoping you say it's love. Peace and blessings. Ashe. I'll see you guys in the next.